Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Deep Cuts Reactions and my name's Greg. And you know, I tried to play something yesterday. I had found Jackson Browne's first album on the Internet Archive. So I tried to play the whole thing thinking, oh cool man, I can play the whole freaking album and I won't have to, have commercials or anything like that. I can play the album like it was meant to be played. Unfortunately, when I got to the end, I got blocked. So anyway, this is one of the songs I'd kind of forgotten about, and I said, screw it, I want to hear it again. So it's got such heavy words to it. The lyrics are really, really great. So anyway, this is from Jackson Browne's first album. It's called Saturate Before Using, although it's not. That's not the name of the album. The album is named just Jackson Browne. The Saturate Before Using was what they decided to use for the album cover. It was like an old water bag, like you used to put on the front of your car to put water in your radiator way back when. And so that's where the Saturate Before Using comes on, because you used to soak those bags down so that they would, the water would stay cool from evaporative cooling. So anyway, I wanted to go ahead and play this song again. It's Looking Into You. And oh, I just love this song. And I'm going to try to look at the lyrics afterwards. I don't normally do that, but the lyrics are just so freaking cool. So anyway, let's play it. Jackson Browne.
Well, I looked into a house I once lived in around the time I first went on my own, when the roads were as many as the places I had dreamed of, and my friends and I were one. Now the distance is done and the search has begun. I've come to see where my beginnings have gone. Oh, the walls and the windows were still standing, and the music could be heard at the door, where the people who kindly endured my odd questions asked if I came very far. And when my silence replied, they took me inside, where their children sat playing on the floor. Well, we spoke of the changes that would find us farther on, and it left me so warm and so high. But as I stepped back outside to the gray morning sun, I heard that highway whisper inside, are you ready to fly? And I looked into the faces all passing by. It's an ocean that will never be filled, and the house that grows older and finally crumbles, that even love cannot rebuild. It's a hotel at best, you're here as a guest. You ought to make yourself at home while you're waiting for the rest. Well, I looked into the dream of the millions, that one day the search will be through. Now here I stand at the edge of my embattled illusions, looking into you. The great song traveler passed through here till the distance had shown how the road remains alone. Now I'm looking in my life for a truth that is my own. Well, I looked into the sky for my anthem, and the words and the music came through. But words and music will never touch the beauty that I've seen looking into you, and that's true.
Oh God, I just love that. And it's. I'm gonna dump those lyrics. I can't read them while I'm trying to talk on the internet here, but yeah, I mean the lyrics to that just really resonated with me a lot. And the line about if they asked him, "Have you come very far?" and it's like it's not just distance that he's talking about. I love the double meanings that Jackson Browne gives, and that whole image of him being out there in the morning sun and the highway calling, and oh God, because it sure called to me a lot. And I used to go everywhere. I mean, it was such freedom. I could just walk out to the interstate and stick my thumb out and go anywhere I wanted to go, and I did. I went all over the country, and usually pretty quickly. I mean, there were times I'd get stuck, but for the most part, I didn't have to wait very long in any one place. I'm a little sawed off shit and was very, very unthreatening looking. I think I weighed about I don't know, 110 pounds back then at most. So yeah, I was not threatening, and people would just pick me up. And of course, back then too, you had the whole deal of if you're a hippie and another hippie passed you by, they stopped. Unless they were just absolutely full and couldn't do it, they'd stop. So, it just made traveling such a cool thing, because then you'd have this interaction, and maybe they'd give you a place to stay or a meal or this or that, and just all the people you got turned on to. And a lot of these folks, I can still remember their name. And this is, what, 55 years later or something like that? I mean, incredible. So, yeah, it was very impactful to this young boy. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I love that song and wanted to play it, even if I couldn't play the rest of the album. So, anyway, I'll be back in a minute and we'll play something else. So, hit like, subscribe, and we will see you then. Bye bye.